So I wanted to jump on here and create a really quick video about how to use oils in real life, in real time, that takes about maybe 5 minutes, maybe a little longer because I'm talking to you. So one of the awesome things that I like to eat and that is a staple in my diet is spaghetti squash. And if you don't know what a spaghetti squash is, it kind of looks like this when you're at the store. And I bring it home and I cut the bottom and the top off, cut it in half, and I scoop out the insides. And the awesome thing about spaghetti squash, and why it's called that if you don't know, is because when you it looks like spaghetti. So what I do is that I have a preheated oven at 250, and so I get my squash ready, and I take some olive oil and I put it in my little bowl here. And you don't need a lot because you're not going to drench it in olive oil. And then I take my essential oils, and I like to use basil, and I'll just put maybe a drop of basil because it's really potent, and you don't need a lot, and there were two. Now basil I love, so I'm not really concerned if basil is in there a little bit stronger. But then the rest of them I will use a toothpick because the oils are really strong. You don't need to put in as much as you would if you were using the actual herb. Now, people get sometimes a little weird because they like the look of the herbs. I'm not okay with that. I like the flavor, so sometimes I'll sprinkle on a little parsley just for that green. Now, this is thyme, so I take it on the end of a toothpick and I stir it in there. And then I'm going to take rosemary. Rosemary's another one. I love this oil. It's really good for mental focus. So a lot of times I'll diffuse this while I'm working at my desk. And you stick the toothpick in the little orifice top of the bottle, and you just kind of dump it over and get some on there. And then you just put it down in your oil and stir it around. Now obviously I don't want to mix my oils, so I will get a new toothpick each time. But it has two ends, so I use one for each. And then I have some marjoram. So I'll let that, stir that in there. And then the last one I use is oregano. And then we stir that in there. And that's it. So then what I do is I get one of my brushes, just a kind of a baster brush, and I just slather it on my spaghetti squash. That's it. Now I will put some salt and pepper on these as well. I'll show you how that in a minute, although that's pretty basic stuff. And then I put this in a 250 oven for a couple hours. I just kind of let it go until it looks a little brown on the edges, and you can smell it. Oh, does it smell wonderful when it's cooking. And then I let it cool down, and then I scoop out the spaghetti squash. The shells will get kind of hard and stay hard, so you can kind of just put a spoon in the edge here and scoop it right out, and it'll pop out. And I put it in a bowl in the refrigerator, and I can have that with some tuna or some meatballs if I want to. And that's that. So then the last step is I grab my organic sea salt. Sometimes I use Himalayan pink salt, just depends. Get that almost in there. And then I'll get my organic black pepper seeds and get them in there. And then I just flip them over on a cookie sheet. And they go in the oven. And that's it, guys. It's the simplest way and some easy way you can get oils into your life and benefit from those oils. So stay oily, and if you have any questions, please let me know.